Boston Celtics Al Horford is defended by Cleveland Cavaliers Kevin Love during the third quarter in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals at TD Garden, in Boston, on May 13, 2018. Matty Meyer, Getty Images. The assignment for Boston Celtics forward Marcus Morris in his first start this postseason was easy to explain but nearly impossible to execute. His job, guard LeBron James, and keep the four-time NBA MVP from running the Celtics out of their own gym in the Eastern Conference Finals for the second year in a row. "He's obviously the best player in the game," said Morris, who during the week boasted that he was up to the challenge and on Sunday explained why he wanted it. Story continues below. Advertisement: because I'm a competitor. He's the best player, and I'm going to be able to tell my kids this one day. Morris scored 21 points and added 10 rebounds while pestering James into a playoff-high 7 turnovers, and a playoff-low 15 points, and the Celtics opened a 21-point first-quarter lead to scorch Cleveland 108-83 in Game 1. Jaylen Brown scored 23 points and Al Horford had 20 for Boston, which ran off 17 points in a row in the first and never allowed the Cavaliers within single digits again. The Celtics led by 28 when Cleveland coach Tyrone Lue pulled James for good with 7:09 left. Game 2 is Tuesday night. "I have zero level of concern at this stage," said James, who was 5 for 16 from the floor and missed all 5 three-point attempts. "I've been down before in the postseason, but for me there's never any level of concern, no matter how bad I played tonight, with 7 turnovers, how inefficient I was shooting the ball," he said. "We have another opportunity to be better as a ball club coming in Tuesday night, and we'll see what happens." Kevin Love had 17 points and 8 rebounds, and James added 9 assists and 7 boards. The Cavaliers missed their first 14 three-point attempts of the game and shot just 32% in the first half. Story continues below. Advertisement: by that time, Boston led 61-35, the biggest halftime playoff deficit in James's career. "I think we are very alert to the fact that we'll get a heavyweight punch on Tuesday night," Celtics coach Brad Stevens said. "It's another great challenge, another great opportunity to experience something for this team." With injured stars Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving on the bench in street clothes, the Celtics continued their stunning run this season with what may have been the most surprising turn of events yet. Year after dropping the first 2 games at home against Cleveland in a 5-game East final, the Celtics pounced on James, and the favored Cavaliers were never really in it. "The last couple of playoffs, and our meeting at the end of year, they blew us out of the water," Boston guard Marcus Smart said. "We've got a different team, just like they do, and a lot of younger guys. So for them to see that, and have that feeling like we did tonight, is huge." Tip-ins Cavaliers. Kyle Korver's three-pointer with 9 minutes left in the third period was their first after missing 14 in a row. It cut the deficit from 28 points to 65-40. Tristan Thompson had 8 points and 11 rebounds. Story continues below. Advertisement: Celtics. The Celtics improved to 8-0 at home this postseason. They did not have to win on the road to reach the NBA Finals. Boston's 36-18 lead at the end of one quarter was the second largest in a playoff game in franchise history. Get hyped. The Celtics took the floor to a hype video that began with the broadcast of Hayward's injury in the first quarter of the first game, at Cleveland. A variety of commentators predicted the team's demise, including Hall of Famer Charles Barkley saying, "Their season's over," as more players went down to injury, including Irving, who came over from the Cavaliers last summer but was done for the season in March. The prophecies grew even gloomier. But there the Celtics were, back in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavaliers for the second year in a row, with Hayward, Irving, Daniel Theis and Shane Larkin all injured and Stevens down to an 8-man rotation. It was more than they needed. Starting in place of Aaron Baines, Morris backed up his boast that he could cover James better than anyone except Kawhi Leonard. The Cavaliers star had 7 of Cleveland's 9 turnovers after accruing 8 in the entire 4-game, second-round sweep of the Raptors. "Our confidence level is very high," said Morris, who recorded the first postseason double-double of his career. "The younger guys to the older guys, we think we can compete and play with anybody. At the end of the day, all the talking is done off the court." Fast start. Horford made his first 7 shots and scored 10, including 8 straight, during the 17-0 run that turned a 3-point deficit into a 21-7 lead. After James wiggled his way to a layup, Cleveland's first points in 4 minutes, 43 seconds, Boston ran off 8 more points in a row. Brown had 6 of them, and he finished the quarter with 13 points and 5 rebounds. Cleveland scored 7 straight points early in the third and finished the quarter with 6 in a row to make it 78-64. But Boston made the first 3 baskets in the fourth and, after running off 9 in a row to make it 96-68 with 7:09 left, the Cavs conceded. Up next, Game 2, Tuesday night, Boston. Toronto Raptors president Masai Ujiri is calling Dwayne Casey an unbelievable human being, but says it is time for a change. Casey was fired as coach after the team was eliminated from the playoffs by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Canadian Press.